Welcome here on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Nigeria always representing anywhere they find themselves. I'm Adeni G. Shafe. Well, that particular race was the race of our life. He was able to do it. Mother won. She ran that race and made up stride over there in Ghana. Well, we'll be taking you through the world of sport, activities in the world of sport, especially starting from athletics, where we have our own contingent. Battle ready to move today to Cameroon, precisely in Douala, where they'll be competing at the African Athletics Championship, the one they call Senior African Athletics Championship, taking place in Douala. It will be starting this weekend. Team Nigeria, about 51 of them have been earmarked right now to be in Cameroon. While we look at that first story, 2024 African Championship, AFN unveils Amusan Ofili, Brume, others. About 51 of them will be running for Nigeria or competing for Nigeria in different categories of athletics and track and field events. We have for men and also for women. We'll be looking at that particular list. But before then, we have in the studio a sport journalist who is actually here to talk sport with us on the show. Jide Olushola is here. Good to have you, Jide.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Actually, you look like one of those chiefs I told you there about.
I'm a Reba angel.
Anyway, let's go straight to business of the day. We saw there that AFN, they released the list of Nigerian contingent to Douala and Cameroon for that competition. African Athletic Championship will be coming up this weekend. They'll be moving to Douala today. And at least from the way it is right now, we have our team list.
Yeah, of course, the usual suspects. Talking about Tubamuso, is a Brume, and my girl, Philly. My girl, Favor Philly. Of course, they are the major headlines of they're headlining the team Nigeria, and of course, we expect them to do, to show us again that they are the best when it comes to track and field and athletics events in Africa and also in the world. So it's a good one that the FM now they've gathered the best of the best. Of course, from the Benin trials and everything to get them to go to Cameroon, and of course, I'm looking forward to see them bringing them the medals. And again, the girls, like Ofili said, that she's looking forward to bringing in more medals for Nigeria. And it's same to Amuson, and it's same to Brume. And of course, the men, Ishakiri and Alco, they're also still there as well too, and they're ready to blaze the trail, and they give us the, of course, probably win the whole championship.
Hopefully they will do well at the championship taking place in Douala, Cameroon. Now we have the list. Let's take a look at the list actually released by AFN at the Federation of Nigeria yesterday concerning that particular competition that is coming up. We have for men's 100 meter, Koinsola Ajayi came first in Benin City and he made it. Godson Brume, Uchel Rishi Shekiri, the three of them will be competing for Nigeria in the Team Nigeria for AFN. That has to do with athletics, African Athletics Championship. For men's 200 meter is Alaba Kintola. For men's 400 meters, we have Dubem Amene, Ifeanyi Ojeli, Samuel Ogazi, Chidi Okezi. They all be competing in the 400 meters for men. While men's 800 meters, we have Edoze Ibadin. Men's decathlon, Emeka Jeffrey. Men's long jump, we have Godfrey Charles, Goodness Iradia, and Emmanuel Unjoku. While for the men's shot put, of course, the king of shot put in Africa, Chukwebuka Enekwechi is there to represent us. For javelin, Inamdi Chinecherem, Samuel Kure. While 4x100 meter relay for men, Koinsola Ajayi, Godson Brume, Uchel Rishi Shekiri, and Favor Ashe also making it there. While 4x400 meter relay for men, Dubem Amene, Ifeanyi Ojeli, Samuel Ogazi, Chido Kezie, Sikiru Adeyemi, and Dubem Nwachuku for men. And for women, women's 100 meter also doubles for 4x100 meter. You have Rosemary Chukuma, Justina Yakobeyan, we have Favor Philly, Olayenka Olajide, Tima. God bless. God bless making that team there. And for women's 400 meters, we have Patience Okon George, Esther Elo, Esther Okon. We have Ella Onujovevo. For women's 800 meters, it's Comfort James. 100 meters hurdle, of course, the queen of the track. That's Toby Amuson is there. Adelbi Tabugbo also making that court there. Women's long jump, Ese Brume and Pristina Ochonogo. Women's high jump, Temitope additional, really doing so well over there in the US. Women's hammer is Shade Olatoye. While women's discus, you have Chioma Oyekwere, Obiageri Amechi, Ashley Anomba. For javelin, Victoria Parika making their court. While 4x400 meter relay for women. We have Patience Okon George, Esther Elo, Esther Okon. We have Ella Odunuyevo and Omolara Ogumakiju. To let you know that particular race you saw earlier, Omolara Ogumakiju was the one that ran that last leg, and she was able to do well for Nigeria. Olujide rather, look at this particular team list for Nigeria, and a lot of Nigerians are happy, even though I saw somewhere where some people are asking about some names. But from the way it is, this is our squad, our team to Cameroon.
And they're good to go. Honestly speaking, look at what's the girl's name again? Temitope additional, the girl, the high jump girl. She has been doing so well in US and everything. And we have seen these are our athletes, the young ones. I call them the golden generation now because they're trying to surpass the records set by them, Bless Okagbare and their likes, you know. And it's impressive that these girls, in fact, some of them have even beaten those previous records and have set their own records. And they're also willing to also break their own record they have set. So that's the kind of motivation we want for them. And going into this championship, starting I think on the very soon and next week or so, we want to see them, of course, blazing the trail, you know, giving us showing us what they do best, and when it comes to. And I'm so impressed. This list is just too good. Though I was expecting to see Amuson's name on the 4x1 relay, but of course let's believe that the AFN and the coaches, they know what they are doing with the athletes. But I know if I have Amuson on the 4x1 relay, we have a better chance of winning the gold. But of course, she's still the king. I'm the queen of
100 meter hurdles.
So we cannot take it from her. I already know that we already have a gold medal from that. I'm not taking it from Rosemary and Ophelia, of course, but with Amuson, we have a better chance of winning the gold medal. But I still believe in the Rosemary, in the favor of Philip, and the other girls to take. It's a beautiful list coming from AFN. And
now, as we're saying, the women's 100 meters, Tobi Amuson and Adele beat Tabubo. Tabubo came second behind Tobi Amuson over there in Benin City at the Nigerian trials. So, and they want Tobi to really concentrate, because after this particular Africa championship,
Olympics.
The next is Olympics. So they want our attention not to be distracted at all. I'm sure that's why.
Yes, I believe so, because you know, the Olympics is of course is a bigger tournament than the African Championship as well too. So, but that I believe so. But assuming there was no Olympics, I believe the club drafted out to run the 100
4x100. After all, she did that in Ghana.
Yes, and of course we know what happened. She won. So it's I mean that they won. So it's a beautiful thing. I'm impressed with the list, and I look forward to see them, of course, doing very well in Cameroon.
Now, going back to that list, I will mention about 3 names there who really they've done well. Now, look at this particular Chukwuebuka Enekwechi. When it comes to shot put in Africa, you can't take anything away from him. And you look at women's hammer, the lady Shade Olatoye. Then you look at Chioma Onyekwere, Obiagiri, Amechi. Their sports may not be so popular: discus, hammer, shot put. But believe you me, these 3, and Esebrume too in long jump, and now we have Temitope additional. These are set of athletes that their competition are seriously very special. Long jump, high jump, discus, hammer, and also shot put. These are 5 field events that it's very special, because you don't have so much name doing the sport.
Yes, and I know, and Nigerians don't really focus watching those particular field events. I don't know why, but all attention is focused on the tracks.
Athletics, tracks.
The tracks. Yeah, but then Chukwuebuka, of course, he has done so well for himself and for the country as well. To starting from the Commonwealth Games, down to this process level. So it's something seeing them that they are putting all their effort to see that they make things for themselves, not for the country enough, but for themselves actually now. Because if they're in the limelight, of course, it's more money for them, more glory, more fame, and of course, maybe probably more brand ambassadorship and everything. So like I said earlier, I look forward to seeing them doing very, because I have so much confidence in this particular team, Nigeria, because these people, like I said earlier, they're the golden generation now, because they have been so well in previous past, and I don't see them dropping at that level this time. Instead, they'll go higher, and let us see how it pans out for them in
Cameroon. Well, talking about Team Nigeria, they will be jetting out to Cameroon today to compete at the African Athletics Championship taking place in Douala. And right now, before they jet out, the Minister of Sport Development, that's Senator Owan Eno, actually spoke to the press concerning Team Nigeria. Let's have this.
Well, I think that I've experienced quite some interesting, outings by our athletes. I mean, when I came in yesterday, I had some kind of interaction with the outlets. For me, the one-on-one interactions and engagement that I had, you know, it's one of the things I wanted to achieve. I mean, sit together and, I mean, what's my contribution here? To see whether my coming here is motivational enough, whether my coming here is indicative enough of how the government, you know, is serious about this and considers this important and wants to give every support that it can to continue to encourage our athletes. And I've also, I mean, you know, interacting with the president of the NFF and other board members and officials. I find that there's quite some excitement about some of the outcomes in some of the contests that, you know, that are proceeded here. And those outcomes give them a lot of confidence about the fact that, you know, the outing that's going to take place in Douala, right, the African Championships, you know, that also is going to lead to the Paris Olympics. You know, they're quite optimistic that with the kinds of outcomes and performances here.
The minister is also optimistic that Team Nigeria will do well in Douala, just like Olajide actually reiterated earlier. Well, we've been talking concerning Team Nigeria to that competition. We wish them the best as they go all out there to represent us. We want to see them on the podium and wishing them the best for this weekend by the time they actually race to the end in those competitions there. Well, from athletics, let's cross over to the President Federations Cup. Actually, that took place yesterday across Nigeria. 4 matches that were played in the quarterfinals of the President Federations Cup Women. Let's look at the story. Rivers Angels, they were able to do well. Rivers Angels, Nigeria Tels reached semi-finals in the women's category of the competition. We look at the result of those games played yesterday. Let's have the result there quickly. Where Oshun Babes, actually, they were walloped by Rivers Angels, 5-0. They added one more alphabet there to actually spell Oshun. Nigeria Tels 1-0 draw against Robo Queens, but Nigeria Tels triumph 5-4 on penalties, 2-0 in favor of Delta Queens against Sunshine Queens, while Remo Star Ladies played 2-2 draw in regulation time against Nasarawa Amazons before they defeated them on penalty shootout. 3-2, it ended in favor of Remo Stars Ladies. And now, if you look at the fixtures for semi-final, that will also be coming up later date. We have Remo Stars that will be battling against Nigeria Tels, while Delta Queens will be facing Rivers Angels. One of the queens from the south will have to drop, while they will face either Remo Stars or Nigeria Tels. Jide, quickly, the President Federation's call for women. You saw the result there. It was a touching moment because a lot of people were expecting maybe Nasarawa Amazon were able to triumph, but it didn't happen.
Of course, like you said, it did not happen. That's a game of football, and I think they went out on penalties and everything. And but the interesting pick for me is the semi-final between Rivers Angels and Delta Queens, because that's more or less like a South-South derby. So, and one of them was dropped to get to the finals, and I'm pitting myself to see Nigeria Tels against Rivers Angels for the finals. I don't know why, but that's what my spirit just tells me, because Nigeria Tels, they're an extremely good side. I've watched them play a couple of times, and I'm impressed with who they play. And some of them play for the national team as well. So some of them play for the national team. So it's beautiful seeing this kind of quality game from the ladies. I won't call them girls now, but from the ladies. And I'm impressed. And the clash against Rivers Angels and the Delta Queens is going to be very classic, based on the fact that they are both from the same region. And the Federation Cup has really thrown up certain unlikely winners. Like you said, what people are expecting to see Nasarawa Amazon, because they are very, very good when it comes to this kind of competition. But of course, it was not that day. And we also seen the same thing happen to the men's team, whereby Division 2 NLA clubs were defeating MPFL sides. So that's the beauty of this Federation Cup, because it brings in the unlikeliest sources, unlikeliest club winning the tournament. And it's a beautiful one seeing this kind of game from the ladies, and we look forward to seeing an exciting semi-final clash at a later date, and of course the finals at a later date as well too.
Well, we've been talking concerning the President Federation's Cup there, concerning women football right now. Nigeria Tels will be playing their own game in the semi-finals. Let's see what they'll be doing. And also Delta Queens alongside Rivers Angels. All of them are battle ready to see how they can get to the final of the women. For men, they will play their own today, although we'll be bringing that up to you on Sports Update where we'll be giving you updates concerning activities in the world of sport by evening time. Now, quickly, let's talk about the NPFL. NPFL rescheduled match between Sunshine Stars of Akure and Doma United in favor of Sunshine Stars. They actually conquered over there in Gombe. Right now, Sunshine Stars beat Doma United, retained top flight status, and they were able to do well in the NPFL. Well, that game was like, to some extent, a lot of people were also expecting Doma, being for the fact that they are playing at home, but Sunshine Stars seems to be much more in need of those points, and they got it. Courtesy of Ibrahim Yusuf.
Yeah, it's a game I saw as well too, and Doma United, they started the season very, very well, but along the line they began to fall. Now they are fighting. In fact, for them to survive, for them to remain in the league,
the last match
which have to win on Sunday against I think Aqua United or so, one of the. But anyway, the last game they need to score 17 goals
for them to be able to make it.
For them to make it, which is practically going to be impossible for them to score 17
Okay,
goals.
let me cut to there. So as we were saying, we come back to it. Let's look at the table, how it stands, so that will actually be able to buttress more concerning what Jide is saying. And you look at Doma United, after losing that game yesterday, they have 43 points. Now, goals for. They have the goal difference now. They scored 10. Actually, they have 16. So minus 16, 16. So from the way it is, it's hard for them. And Sunshine Stars, winning that game, they stand 10th on the law with 52 points after playing match day 37. They won 15. They drew 6 and they lost 15. For goal difference of Doma United, they have a minus 16, which is very, very difficult for them.
That I said that they didn't score 17 goals.
They have to cancel the 16 out and add another one.
They were open for
Sporting Lagos
and Aqua United to either lose their games, which is not even possible.
Now, even if they win, even if Doma should win, they will have 43. They will have 46. 46. They are 43, and because of the goal difference, Sporting Lagos have minus 4. They have minus 16.
No, so 17 goals. So how they score 17 goals in a game?
So automatically, it's just that they are waiting for confirmation.
That's just it. So now from Abia Warriors down to Doma United, any of them can still get relegated. If you look at the table, from Abia Warriors, anybody can still get relegated. So depending on who they're playing with at the final. Okay, Sporting Lagos now, if they win that game,
they'll jump up to 40. They have 49 points.
Yes, and if Nigeria Tornado lose or Bayelsa United loses, you see, so they'll jump over them. So from the 11th down to it's going to be a real battle to avoid. Automatically, Atlant and Gombe United are already relegated, so that those ones are hopeless already. And
mathematically, too, Doma United, they are really joining them.
Yes. So except they score 17 goals, which is not possible. So
one more team to join now. Between Sporting Lagos to Abia Warriors, anything can still happen there. The only safe team there is Sunshine Stars for winning that game yesterday.
That game was full of was interrupted twice yesterday, especially because they were playing at a Pantami Stadium in Gombe, and of course the irate fans of Doma United, they wanted their team to win because they knew they needed that 3 points at all costs. It's not unfortunate that because they were losing, they began to throw stones into the stadium, and they had to pause the game twice. But Sunshine Stars were able to hold on to that win, but they also needed that 3 points, and they held on. But it's unfortunate that because of I wouldn't blame them, but then it's not supposed to be, turning such game into violence and all that. But I'm glad for Sunshine Stars that they got the 3 points they needed, so they can lose their last match if they want to.
Well, from the way it is right now, talking about the NPFL, there is a big battle for all those clubs that we mentioned earlier, because the last match day 38, will really be a pain in the body of all those clubs that would not be able to make it. But that's football, you just have to make it while the sun shine. But the likes of Rangers International, they are the king of NPFL for this season, for being able to win, and now they are celebrating the flying antelope of Enugu over the cathedral there, celebrating them for what they've done, and congrats to them. They did not start well, but they ended well because they were really focused and they did the business of the day. Now, recently, when it comes to World Cup qualifiers, Nigeria have not been doing so well, and we saw what happened between Nigeria versus South Africa and Nigeria versus Benin Republic. We even lost to Benin Republic, shockingly, and after that a lot of war begins to unfold. Well, Finidi George had a meeting with the Minister of Sport alongside NFF, and after that meeting, Victor Osimhen came out with an outburst, and that didn't go well with some Nigerians, although News came out 2 days ago that it will be banned or it has been banned. But now, Nigerian Football Federation, let's look at that. Reports of Victor Osimhen ban are fake. All the reports flying around social media, paper, whatever it is, all the broadcast media, NFF will say they are all fake.
Yeah, because though I expect NFF to at least sanction Osimhen for that kind of outburst, because one, you are draining African Player of the Year. You're almost becoming a legend. You're not a full legend. You're almost becoming a legend, and people see you as someone that they can look up to, as young ones. And for you to now come out and disrespect a legend in the game, talking about Finidi George, somebody who has played in 3 World Cups, who has won AFCON, who has won Champions League, who has and you have not yet won except your league. So, and you are not playing in the World Cup before, and you've only played.
The gap is wide.
The gap is wide.
To compare achievement.
At the point, Finidi George was for 4 good years was the best. Was rated as world best winger. So you can't still compare yourself to the kind of legacy that Finidi George has set. For it now to come to now stand ranting, Finidi, calling by the name. By the time Finidi stopped playing football, that was when they gave birth to you. So it was so much disrespect to a man of Finidi George. And of course, you could have asked the man, did he actually say this? But the man said he did not say such.
At the meeting.
At the meeting. So why all this kind of back and forth? So it was really. But anyway, I will still leave NFF to at least sanction him, not necessarily ban him, but of course sanction him and to serve as a warning for another player that wants to try such again, because you are disrespecting your coach. At that point, it was still okay. He had resigned, but at that point, he was still your coach. So you don't have that to not disrespect your coach. Can he do that for his club side?
Okay, let's take it from NFF angle now. NFF, to some extent, now that they are saying the reports are fake, that they didn't ban Osimhen.
Yeah.
Someone raised it and said, why did the NFF raised it earlier by saying, okay, after that outburst of Osimhen, they should have come out with a statement or something just to clarify before what they call fake now begins to go around that he has been banned.
I wouldn't know why they are slow in that aspect.
But it seems that NFF is silenced now to some extent.
Late credence.
Yes.
That rumor that it was banned until maybe probably now, so that the news was spreading far and beyond.
Before they came out with this.
Before they came out and to nip it in the bud. But then the moment they heard about it first, they should have come out to deny it immediately. No, we have not banned Osimhen.
And neither did we support what he did. You know, there's a way they can coin the statement that, okay, we didn't ban Osimhen, but despite that, it's not as if we are happy with what we did, but we'll take action.
But in other people, they are trying to pamper the young guy. That's why I see it. Well, I wouldn't know, but
if it's about pampering, but from the way it is, all what has been going around concerning this issue, I think NFF needs to take a stand so that next time, you know, at times, as we are looking at Osimhen, we should also consider others that will come after Finidi. If someone raised it, and if it were to be a foreigner, let's assume Pizarro was the one that this happened, will Osimhen have done this?
He dare not.
Okay. Will he do this in Napoli to his coach?
When his club made that racist remark about him on the social media, did he carry his phone and blast and call them idiot, Ogu will kill all of you? Did he do that? No, he did not. He did not. Of course. So why would he not be? Apart from insulting Finidi George, he was also insulting Nigerians. Who are your fans? Who have been praising you all along? You don't say Ogu will kill all of you.
I'm not part of the anyway.
So well, it is very, very annoying that you could be angry, but then
you control no matter how.
We have seen coaches call out their players publicly.
We've seen Osimhen, Mourinho. I remember that particular. I remember Erik ten Hag issue with Jadon Sancho, with Ronaldo, and all that.
But do you see the players going on social media and black? They might not talk now,
but later on
they can talk after they have left the club. Mourinho has called his players how many times, but have you seen any of them come out and insult the coach publicly? They can probably insult the coach behind the scene, maybe with their friends, colleagues, but not carry out and start cursing the coach, start cursing the fans. Without the fans, where will it be?
Well,
but it still needs. But NFF needs to take a stand, like I said earlier. you should come and apologize first to Coach Finidi and to Nigeria as well. Because you can't say go and kill because it's uncalled for. It's uncalled for.
Well, we've been talking concerning
that was too much.
The saga between Finidi and Victor Osimhen. Right now, Nigerian Football Federation coming out with that particular statement that they have not banned Victor Osimhen. But right now, the body language of the Nigerian Football Federation, is it that they support Osimhen for that outburst, or they are just waiting for the right time to make their own point out concerning Osimhen? Well, from the way it is right now, Osimhen can be bigger than Nigeria to some extent. We need to quickly, according to a lot of Nigerians who are reacting, no matter how it is. If we don't do that to his coach in Napoli, neither will we do that to a foreign coach. Well, is it that the underrated Finidi, be a Nigerian or what? Well, here's how many more will continue to come up as Nigerians will continue to react concerning that until maybe NFF will have to take a stand concerning Victor Osimhen. Well, quickly, still talking about the NFF, we talk about them inaugurating a futsal committee today. NFF to inaugurate futsal and beach soccer committee. After all, they will be participating at the Big Soccer Nations Cup that will be coming up. At least our team is back, the Super Saiyan Eagle. After 5 years hiatus, we are back to play in African Continental Show. So they had to inaugurate the futsal and beach soccer committee. Let's look at the list of that particular committee to be inaugurated. We have Otwekong Essien as the chairman of the Nigerian Football Federation Futsal and Beach Soccer Subcommittee, the Futsal Five-a-side football that is gaining momentum across the globe. Ahmed Yusuf, vice chairman, Aminu Mohamed Inu as member, Honorable Suleiman Yahaya Kwande as member, Liamid Gafar also as member, Richard Judeaka, Yabagi Alhaji Baba, and Abubakar Omar as secretary of that particular committee set up for the NFL Futsal and Big Soccer subcommittee. Yeah,
at least we are going to see probably a revival of the Futsal and Beach Soccer after 5 years in the wilderness. And of course, the new committee members, at least I know a few of them, I think they're up to the task. And I hope that they will get, they will do the right thing to ensure that, of course, Nigeria returns back to that space whereby we're one of the giants of beach soccer as it was in the past. They have good names there. Of course, we have one of us, of course,
Richard Judeaka, right?
Of course, who's a veteran as well too, and I believe he's going to bring in his wealth of experience. Honorable Gwanda as well too. They're out there. Ahmed Yusuf. So these are good people. These are good people, I believe, that have the interest of beach soccer and futsal in mind. And let's see how they work. Let's see let's see the plans they have, to resuscitate the teams, both the male and the female teams.
Now, talking about Super Saiyan Eagles. Now, it's been 5 years, and now they are back. They'll be competing in this competition. No, I remember we won it twice, and the late coach Shuaibu Amadu, in fact, a great coach when it comes to Super Saiyan Eagle, that's big soccer, and we did well. So now, 5 years after, we are coming back. Do you think, even if we dropped something yesterday by going back there?
No, we can't. It's not going to be. It's not going to be a good start for us. I don't see it becoming a very good start for us, because we have gone down the ladder over the years. So we now start climbing up a little by little to get back to the top. So it's not going to be an easy task for this committee members. But I was expecting that they will draft in this a former player, the Sand Beacher, as
Abu Aziz.
Yes, because he is one of the legends when it comes to beach soccer. So I probably thought maybe it will be. Or
if not Abu Aziz, Ibn Ebu or thereabout.
Yes, one of them at least, because they were the past champions of the beach soccer, and then they could bring in, they could tell us, they could also being part of the game, and they'll probably give the committee some little advice on what to do, how to go about it.
How they were able to do it.
Yes, in the past. But as it may, NFF in their own best wisdom, they know. But these guys, they're also still very good. I just felt that I've added one or two of those guys into the committee. Just to bring in their own on-field experiences. Because none of these committee members have played the game. But at least to bring in their own on-field experiences into the committee, to expand their scope, to expand their knowledge and all that. But be as it may, let's say my fingers are crossed, but I still believe that the committee will do a good job. But it's not going to be easy for them, because we have been down the ladder for several years, and coming up will take a little bit of time.
Well, we've been talking concerning Nigeria and big soccer there. Well, the Super Eagles are back. They will play in the African continent, and from the way it is now, the Nigerian Football Federation, they may fit to actually set up a subcommittee for that team that will be representing us, and also for futsal football in Nigeria. This five-a-side football is really gaining momentum worldwide. Everywhere you go, you see green, very beautiful lawn everywhere. Then 5 players go on the pitch and they play. And right now they have World Cup qualifier, we have African qualifier, futsal, also big soccer. So we expect that Nigeria will do well as Super Eagles are back, and we wish them the best as they go there. Well, right now we move away from there. Let's talk about games that played yesterday in the UEFA Euro that is taking place in Germany. They are the one hosting Europe, and right now we look at the results one by one. We have 3 matches played yesterday. It was a big one between Albania and Croatia. Well, it ended 2-2. That was a game that a lot of football pundits were tipping Croatia to win. But it has been just the way AFCON was tough for some big countries in football. Croatia didn't find it easy against Albania, 2-2.
Yeah, it was quite strange to see Albania coming from the dead to defeat. To draw with Croatia. Because Croatia, they're a bigger team than Albania. And it's just a shocking result. But that is football. You don't expect the so-called minors can, of course, surprise the big boys, and we have seen it happen several times. So I think Croatia was just lucky to go away to get at least a point, because the Albania were so determined to get. They just play. Let us play. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. If we draw, so they just playing. That since they are underdogs, let's play our game. We're not under any pressure. Croatia will do more under the pressure because of their prestige as World Cup semi-finalists and 3rd place winner, 4 years back. So they are under pressure compared to Albania, who just played their game freely, nothing.
And they were able to get at least 2 goals against Croatia.
A point against I'm sure if the extra 30 minutes, probably they could have won the game, because they scored almost at the 10 minutes of the game.
Well, what a tough match for Croatia there against Albania, and they're 2-2. Still talking about the UEFA Euro result of yesterday. Another one has to do with the German machine. Right now, they've been able to make it to the last 16. They qualify being the 4th team to do that. Musiala Jamal and Ilkay Gundogan being able to score those goals for them against Hungary, and it ended 2-0 in favor of Germany. They were called them, I still remember that name still stays there, German machine.
Honestly speaking, I'm rooting for Germany to win the Euros. Now, the goals they've scored now is even more than the goals they scored in the last edition. Throughout, as in, they've scored more goals. I think they've scored 7 goals now. And that's almost more than the goal they scored in the last edition, which was just 6 goals before they crashed out. So just to give the first scored
and they've qualified for last 16.
And again, I'm rooting because of Toni Kroos as well too. This is last game, and I wanted to win. I wanted to leave the international football stage, as an Euro. He has not won the Euros. He has won everything else possible as far as football is concerned, except Euros. So
now it's edging closer.
And it's in his own country. Is the fans' favourites, and I just wanted to win so I'm rooting for Germany to win.
Well, that's football for you there.
But they can lose anyway. But
we're talking about Euros there, where the result of Germany really very, very scintillating for them. 2-0, they were able to win that game against Hungary. And now let's look at the 3rd one that has to do with Switzerland against Scotland. Ended 1-1 between McTominay and Shaqiri. They scored those goals in the 26th, 13 and 26. Sharing instantly, 13 minutes after you add it, and then the Shaqiri actually scored to equalize for Switzerland. That's another game that ended in a draw.
Honestly, I've been forgotten Shaqiri was even playing football.
But at least this has brought his memory back to you.
Honestly, because it's been long I saw him play football and all that. But I didn't see this game, but I saw the highlights myself, and it was a good game. Very fair game. It was 50-50. There was no urgency. There was no pressure on both sides. You played that game normally, and they got what they wanted, and they'll be fine. So they will go into the next round of games to see who will qualify for the next round.
Well, I've been talking concerning Euros to continue to bring you more concerning that competition taking place in Germany. All the teams are participating, and they are going for the trophy of that particular continent there. from that, we just quickly go on a short break. Let's have a feel of Nigerian football. Be back, but have a feel of Rangers International. Nigerian League there. Welcoming you back on the show. 360 Sport. We've been talking sport on the show where we're giving you those details now. Now, we talk about Super Eagles. Of recent, the performance of our team has been worrisome. And now, a former player, an ex-Eagle star, if you remember the back flip player, Julius Efosa Agahoa, right now is advising the Nigerian Football Federation, also whoever will be the coach of that team, to make sure they get an off-ball striker. Super Eagles need off-ball striker, a striker that can also join the defense, go forward, be in the middle of the park, do everything as a versatile striker, not just the one that will be at the front, waiting for balls to be given to him. Well, coming from Julius Efosa, he was there before, so he knows what he's saying.
He's a legend as far as football is concerned in Nigeria as well, too, and he's a foremost, he was a very top striker, deadly striker in his playing days. From police to national team and all that, and he suggested that we get an off-ball striker. Probably he has seen the trajectory of the Nigerian football Super Eagles that most times our strikers stay at the mid, at the forward. They don't come backward to get the ball. Yes, the work of a striker is just to score goals, but of course probably to join the midfield. Maybe look at someone like Samuel Eto'o, someone like Gideon Drogba. Sometimes they're also off-ball strikers because they come deep into the game, get the ball, support, pass the ball in the midfield. They run forward to get the ball as well too. So we've seen compared to Osimhen does that as well too, but not effectively as the Drogba, even not as effectively as Agawa himself. Agawa there, if I recall very well, he also used to come back to the midfield to get the ball, to support, play with the midfielders a little bit, then move forward to get the ball. So so he knows what he's saying, and I think Victor Boniface is what he also does that too. Yeah, he withdraws back as well too. So I think we have. Maybe he just wants us to focus more on that aspect of the game, not just a pure 9, because now we don't have pure 9 per se. So I think it's good for it. It's a good thought from Agawa, and probably let NFF. They need all the help. They should listen to all the ex-players who have been in the game, who know this game better, because NFF, most of them, they didn't play the game. So they are just administrators. So they need the input of all these players. Okay, what do you do? What can we? Just to get them on board. And
the technical side of the game.
That's why I expect people like Egoavon, who has played this game. His committee should be up and doing, because Egoavon is the head of the technical committee, and they need to do more about bringing in so much technical input into Super Eagles for us to improve. But I don't think he has done so much work in that aspect.
Well, still talking about Eagles, it's something must just be done, because our team needs to get it right. The World Cup is almost, even though it's going to be March next year before we play again, but Eagles we need our team. We need the player themselves needs to change their mentality. They need to really communicate with themselves that what is happening, we just have to be challenged.
So if I may come in, it's high time that they bring in so much whoever the
competition, right?
Yes, and whoever is the camp commander, talking about the team coordinator, and I'm talking about that they need to have so much tight rules when these boys come to the camp. You must come to the camp at the day you're supposed to come to camp. No visitors. In fact,
no late coming.
Drop your phone somewhere. When you start for the you can always go back to your phone after all. Don't bring games. Most of them, they bring games into the camp to play games, online games. Drop all those things. There should be strict rules and regulations. Don't bring all this. And just your mind is focused on the game. After the game, you are free to go and do whatever you're going to do. But once you're in camp, you do not do that. So I think they need to enforce certain rules and regulations. It might be for years, but for us to get the result we want, they need to enforce all those rules. No visitors, nobody must come here.
In a nutshell, discipline should be part of Eagles camp.
Exactly.
Well, Gideola Olujide has been talking with us there concerning Super Eagles, where how actually advise NFF to make sure we get an off-ball striker for Super Eagles as a team. and that's why he's buttressing more on it. And now, before we wrap it up, let's just take this story that has to do with Rasheedat Ajibade. Ajibade scored 10 goals, 8 assists for her club, Atletico Madrid Femenino, over there in Spain, and now she has been named the player of the season. The girl with the blue hair being celebrated over there in Spain. She has been able to do it. Congrats to her for being able to win this award as player of the year. Her performance really made them to also get to qualify for the UEFA Champions League.
I'm not surprised that she won the player of the year for her club, but she has been one of the outstanding players for our club, and of course for Nigeria as well. So it's not a surprise that Ajibade, there's so much confidence in the game when she's playing football. Don't leave her. She hardly makes mistakes. She hardly breaks our heart. Yes, sometimes it happens, but then she hardly breaks our heart, and she does well for our club. So I know they've qualified for the Champions League. So what else? And she contributed 8 goals, and of course I'm sure she has some assists as well too. So she deserves to be the African to be the best player for our club, and it's worth it.
Well, congrats to Rasheedat Ajibade there for being able to win the Atletico Madrid Femenino Player of the Season. Congrats to her once again for being able to do that. Right now, we go to the gossip side of football, that is transfer gossip. And now we look at about 4 stories or 5 right now. Well, before we take the breaking one there. Right now, we start with Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid rejects Chelsea bid for Nigerian forward Samuel Omorodion. Omorodion shorting from Samuel to Samuel right now. He plays for Atletico Madrid, and Chelsea came up with about 30 million euro rejected. Also, another club came up. They want to catch out on this young lad.
I don't know why Madrid rejected the bid of 30 million because he's not a proven player. So
I mean, they've seen the prospect in him.
Yes, although if the prospect fails, I'm not praying that it fails, but then 30 million pounds is not a
euros.
So euros is not a bad deal for Samuel Omorodion. They could have gone for it, but then, like you said, probably they saw something else that we are not seeing. So it's right for them to reject what they want. So, but hopefully it gets sold at a bigger price to a bigger club as well too. It's this football. Money goes round, so they know how they will play that game to get the best player, while paying minimum money for such player.
Well, talking about transfer there, this time around we cross over to Saudi Arabia. Al Nassr, the team that have Cristiano Ronaldo already, they want Ronaldo to convince Sergio Ramos to join them. Well, Ramos, from the way it is, they want him to come to Al Nassr, and Ronaldo could be the one that they will use.
He's a free agent now. He has left Sevilla after 1 year with Sevilla. At least he has fulfilled that dream of going back to the boyhood club. And now he's a free agent. If I was Sergio Ramos, please go to Saudi Arabia and
make your money.
Make your money. You know, because
Sergio Ramos
is at the twilight of his career. Just go there, do 2-3 years there, make your money and retire.
After all, that's where the money is right now. We're talking about gossip as a football transfer there. Let's talk about Lazio. Lazio is a club, they're really eyeing Mason Greenwood now. That story says Lazio in talks with Manchester United on £30 million deal for Mason Greenwood. Greenwood has been with Getafe, but right now, a lot of clubs are showing interest. We even heard that Juventus too, the old lady, are not also backing out. They also want to go for him. So Lazio, SS Lazio are also interested in Mason.
If I were Mason's agent, I would ask him to leave Man and go to Lazio, any club that wants him, based on what has happened with him in the club. How he was ridiculed, though he had his own faults, but then he's not being loved again. So don't go to where you're not being loved. Don't go to where you have been castigated, you have been demoralized. And the moment he went to Getafe, he picked up his form.
And he was able to do well.
And he was able to do well because he felt the love, he felt appreciated in Getafe. So I will put everything possible to ensure that he does not go back to Man U, but goes to another club apart from
okay.
Man U.
A big one there. Well, before we go, just 2 more stories and we'll wrap it up. Manchester United, actually, they want a player. And from the way it is, his name is Adrian Rabiot on a free plus 3-year deal worth $7 million per season. That's the amount they want to go for concerning Adrian Rabiot there. A player who has done well for himself when it comes to football. And also, a breaking one coming in there from Leicester City. Leicester confirming Steve Cooper. Cooper has been confirmed as the manager there for Leicester. Let's see what he'll be offering them next season. And there's a season of firing and hiring. And from the way it is, the smile on his face, can Cooper continue to do well with Leicester? They are back to the Premier League. What will he be offering, Jide, quickly?
I don't think you offer what they offer. You want to ensure that they remain in the league. But I don't see Leicester winning the league next season. Well, for probably to just remain in the league and say probably they can make Europe. That probably.
But no one gave them the chance in 2016 when they won the league.
But not with this Guardiola on board there.
Are you serious right now? Okay, we just have to go there, throwing that particular tantrum from Jide there. So the beginning of wisdom is the fear of a Guardiola.
Just that as far as Guardiola still remains that Premier League and I certain Arteta as well too. Those two guys, they're going to drag the first and second position till the season end. Okay, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for having me again. Well, we just want to appreciate your time for watching the show 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.